one, and go.
Hey, hi everyone. Greetings from Rythmia Life Advancement Center, Guanacaste, Costa Rica. It's just gorgeous. I don't know if every Thursday that I do this or every Tuesday I do this. It's just beautiful, huh? I'm living in a great part of the world. Rythmia is a fantastic life advancement center that uses plant medicine in the form of ayahuasca, breath work, meditation, yoga, 20 hours of workshops, farm-to-table organic food, the cleanse, which is a colon cleanse. And it all happens in this beautiful week. And we've been doing it a long time. This is our 10th year anniversary year. People come from all over the world, and I mean all over the world. I get people on, and every week, people from the Middle East, from Dubai and Saudi, sometimes some weeks Mongolia, China, Japan, all coming all the way to this little spot in Costa Rica to have this thing. What is this thing? Well, the truth is you check in one way and you check out a completely different way. How do I know this? Over 22,900 people have been here, and they self-report in an electronic form their findings for the week. 98.06%, that's 986 out of every 1,000, say they had a life-changing miracle during their stay. The better part is, at 6 months, they get another electronic survey. And at that 6-month survey, 90.22% say that this was the week that changed their life. Because of this, we get high performers and A-listers from all around the world in all different segments of society, from athletes to people in broadcast television, movie stars, reality shows, billionaires, musicians, and then normal people just like you and me come here from all over the world to have this happen. And it's an amazing thing. What happens is amazing. So some of those people who venture this far decide they want to sit on our board of directors and help us for free. Who are some of those people? Kelly Slater, the world's greatest surfer. Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, and one of the 100 most recognizable faces in the world. Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith, the founder of Agape. Martin Luther King's son, Martin. Ron White, the comedian, right? And many more, all came together at our board to help us bring this message to the world, right? What are the after effects of this thing? What does it look like? Well, 14 years ago, I went through the same thing. And my story real quickly, I was a drug addict, an alcoholic, a cigarette smoker. I had been lucky in business. I had made $100 million in business. And that doesn't mean gross. I mean, I had a capital event where I got $90 million. Yeah. I was good in business, but my life was a wreck, right? Couldn't be monogamous, had all these problems, had horrible relationships with my children, with my parents, and with my siblings, my business partners. It was horrible. So fast forward till now. No cigarettes, not a cigarette. No alcohol, not a drug. I have the best relationship with my children. I have the greatest relationships with my family and my business partners. And I'm living an amazing life, a really, really healthy, vibrant, amazing life on a new adventure. The adventure of building this place called rythmia. And good things are happening, and we're about to make some announcements that are just mind-boggling to think that we started this 10 years ago and where we're going. Now, a lot of people, the overwhelming vast majority, I'm going to say it's over 90%, have this 98% of the people that come here have this soul merger. But then after that, so what does that even feel like? Well, it feels like this. It feels like something has been wrong my whole life, something I'm afraid to admit, and it usually goes back to I'm not enough in some way. And that thing is gone. And all of a sudden, I'm free, I'm clear, and I'm excited to be alive. These 4 ayahuasca journeys, I've spoken to God, and God has spoken back to me. My fear of death is gone. And I'm clear, and I'm going forward. And that is the truth of how you feel when you leave here. The next step of that is that I really understand that I've been given the gift of this lifetime on this garden of a planet. And it is a garden of a planet. And I get to be alive. And part of my journey is I now want to become a beneficial presence on the planet. So instead of being on the liability side of Earth's balance sheet, I want to be on the asset side. I want to leave this place a better place than when I found it. And how can I do it? The only way you can do it is by enhancing the lives of people. How you can do that? There's a trillion different ways. I can do it by being the best mother in the world. I can do it by being the best father. I can do it by being the best sister or best brother. I can do it by writing the most beautiful music or creating entertainment that soothes people's souls. I can do it by being an attorney. I can do it by being an investment banker. There's a million ways to do it. What I picked starting a life advancement center that gave people this experience. That's what I picked, right? But anybody who picks it and makes the declaration that I want to be leaving this planet a better planet than when I found it, that then becomes their journey. And on that journey is going to take longer than you could ever imagine. It's going to be harder than anything you've ever been able to conceive. And it's going to bear more fruit in every way in your life than any other thing you could have done. Right? That is the truth. So it is the higher that you shoot, this thing of becoming a beneficial presence, like the higher you make it, the harder it is, and at the same time, the more fun it is. What do I mean by fun? Well, if you're an alcohol drinker or a heroin user or a cocaine user or a sex addict, at that point of climax, you have this great moment of relief that feels like ecstasy, and it feels beautiful and blissful and all these things. That's a peak. With that peak comes a valley. I'm not talking about either of those things. I'm talking about satiation, the satisfaction and fulfillment. To be satiated, to be in this quest, and feel that you're enough through the whole thing. That's the thing. That's the thing that no amount of drugs, no amount of shopping, no amount of money, no amount of heroin, cocaine, alcohol, no amount of education, no amount of anything is going to give you that thing other than this quest to become a beneficial presence on the planet. Now, are you a perfect person when you decide to make that? No way. The most beautiful thing is after this week at Rythmia and after your plant medicine experience and your breathwork experience, your yoga, all these things get strung together and you're a new person, free, a free person, new, free of your addictions, free of these things, but you still have your traits because you're a human and those traits make you imperfect. And instead of using them as an excuse, you use them to the benefit of others. It's like if you're a golfer and you have a slice, rather than fixing your slice, playing your slice. And that then generates confidence. And I want to talk today about the feeling of going through life with confidence. There are people that are out there that sell quick fixes to life's problems. This is not a quick fix. It's not easy. As a matter of fact, one of the most recited comments from guests is it was the hardest week of their life. Now, look at when an 80-year-old tells you that this was the hardest week of their life. They've seen wars, births, deaths, famine, all destruction, losing jobs, and when they say this was the hardest week of their life, they mean this is the hardest week of your life. This is hard stuff, right? So it is not a quick, easy fix. It condenses probably 20 years worth of work into 1 week. So it's shorter than other methods, but it is hard. Hard, as short as it is, it's equally as hard, right? So it's no free lunch. But in this thing, when you go through this thing, you come out the other side and you're free of addictions or free of this or free, you still have your personality. And that personality makes you imperfect. But you start this quest with your imperfections and you play to them. And the one thing that changes is you go from being non-confident, a person that doesn't have a high level of confidence, to having assuredness. So it's different. Like confidence is flashy and assuredness is strong and consistent and stable. So you get this, I'm going to say that it's a version of confidence. You get this version of confidence and you carry it forward with you into this lifelong quest that you're about to enter. And in that, I talk about things that I went through and that I had to agree to with myself, because a form of self-control is what it takes once you decide that you picked this way of becoming a beneficial presence. So let's say I make this best dish in the world, and I want to open up a restaurant that serves this dish to people across the country. I start with one restaurant, but I wind up with 500. Blah, 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 blah. Big star you put out there. Well, in order to do that, you need some of these very basic promises that you keep to yourself that to the outside world look like self-control, but it's really honoring a promise to yourself. What are those things? So in my world, it's a daily practice. Doesn't matter if it's 10 minutes of breath work or prayer or meditation or whatever yoga, whatever your thing is. Then something for your body, whether it's walking a couple blocks, working out every day, da 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 da. Then it's how you're going to feed that body. That includes how and what you're going to eat and how and what you're going to drink, right? Those are like the starters. And then the agreement to not quit. That this is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to quit until they put me in the ground. This is what I'm going to do. And these are all written agreements, believe it or not, that you write and agree to with you and your soul, especially the one about not quitting. And the last one is tithing, and not in the conventional sense of tithing, but tithing your delta, which is the difference of how much money. So in other words, I'm working in someone else's restaurant and I'm making, I don't know, $70,000 a year. And I'm going to start this other restaurant and I'm going to make $500,000 a year or $5 million a year. So my agreement to God is the difference between that 70,000 and then this new money that I make. I'm going to use an after-tax number of 7%. So if I'm making an extra $1 million a year, I'm going to give away $70,000 of that to charities of my choice, whatever they are, whether it's your local church or a community center that you're going to have built, or a mission that gives food to the homeless. Whatever it is, you pick it and you write it down as part of your agreements. And once you agree to do that, those things that you're doing that look like self-control, but they're self-agreements, they become non-negotiable and they're part of who you are. And that in turn becomes part of what you're doing in life. That is the new you, your new being after you've been here for the week. So the first thing I want to say to you is, please, if this resonates with your soul, if you're sick and tired of whatever you're in and you want something different, this is the place to come. Now is the time to come here, right? The best time to start saving money, or the best time to start getting healthy, or the best time to reunite with your soul is yesterday. So time is of the essence, right? Come here as quickly as you can and experience this and see what it's all about. Until next week, God keep you, God bless you, God hold you, and we will see you at Rythmia.